Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever in the world you might happen to be. My name is Ghost Dog, and we're going to set some stuff straight. I've been hearing rumors, hearing talk. I kind of half expected it, but stories are being told that are absolutely not true, or people are just not understanding and seeing exactly what is going on. So I'm not happy about it. I'm actually a little pissed off. But you know what? Like I said, I have expected it. So this is my one and only time I want to address this. You take it as you wish, believe what you want, but you're getting it from the horse's mouth. I always said, if you're gullible, go ahead and listen to everybody else. If you really want to know the truth, ask the person themselves. And that's it. That's the whole truth. The whole truth and nothing but the truth. So if you have any questions, if you're here, you got any questions, otherwise I wrote a list down and we'll go over each item. Ran out of room for everything, so hello, I'm Marie, Miss Sarah. It's good to see you girls. And well, first of all, let's update the car. We are still having major issues. Well, it's not a major issue. It's one big headache issue. And that is installing the transmission to the engine. We've tried everything, anything, and she just won't slide in. That is the only thing that is truly holding us back from actually working. We, well, I should say my oldest bought me something that I think I'm about 90% sure will help us greatly. I'm sorry, I'm getting permanent housing and I won't be homeless. That's awesome. Sorry I can't read because I've got total cataract in my left eye. I can't see shit except for a big blob, and the right eye is about a third of the way of being full blindness. So I've got maybe a week or two, and I will be totally blind. And that's no joke. And then I have to go get eye surgery. If my health insurance will pay for it. It is the state insurance. As far as my gallbladder, I have not been able to get a ride yet. I'll probably be going to the emergency room tomorrow sometime because that's the one day that my neighbor is off work and not sleeping during the day that I'll be able to go. And there's nothing I can do about it. If you don't like that idea, I'm sorry. Unless you drive your silly ass over here and take me yourself, go ahead. Two, do not say, oh, what about an ambulance? Insurance does not cover insurance. We have to pay for it. Matter of fact, anytime you use an ambulance or emergency service, you will pay for it. You may not see it, but your insurance definitely will. And sometimes you got to pay out of pocket, whether it's emergency or not. And I simply don't have the funds. Hence the reason I'm trying to raise 300 because we just found out today we still owe $220 to our rent. How? I don't know. But that's just fact. I'm not going to dwell in it. So yes, I am doing a fundraiser. Yes, I am trying to raise $300. And no, I'm not doing this every fucking day. If you guys will realize, no, I'll get ahead of myself. We'll get into that when I lay out some points. So that's what's going on right now. That's where we're at. Now, as I said, my oldest today bought something that I think will help us greatly. As I said, we cannot get the transmission to go into place on the engine. It's just there's about a half inch to an inch, and more of an inch play space that just no matter how we try moving it around and try pushing it into the clutch, the spindle will not go into the engine. Main reason is we can't see the spindle, so we're guessing. And the spindle and the clutch hole has to be precise. Can't even be a centimeter off. It's got to be precise. They've got to match up or they will not come together no matter what you do. So half the problem, 90% of the problem is we cannot see the spindle. Because when you get the transmission so far forward, it just totally blocks it out. You can't see it. We talked about it about a week ago or so, and today it's an Easter present for my daughter, but it's going to help us greatly. And I got us a boroscope, an endoscope, otherwise known as an endoscope or a boroscope, whatever you want to call it. It's a little camera on a wire that can get it to really small places, which is going to be great. It's got a light on the end, so it'll light up everything because it'll be pitch black in there. And there's two spots on the transmission. One there's an opening through the where the starter goes. I can stick the endoscope in that. Or on the bottom of the transmission, there's a gap, a rectangular gap that's used for drainage. And I can stick the endoscope in there. And as soon as I can get the endoscope in there and positioned correctly, there's a lot of room to maneuver the camera around. I will be able to see the spindle and the hole and try to line it up. And then maybe we could get it. I've been thinking about it about a month now of trying to get that thing in there, about getting one. But like again, no fucking money. And people are not realizing we really don't have any money. We're 3.5 months in of no jobs. Now it's to the point I'm so far gone in my vision that I'm useless. And like I said, unless you guys write in big caps or don't write a whole bunch of words, I can barely see what you guys are commenting. And I'm literally about 1.5 feet away from the screen, my face. I've already turned on the biggest lettering I can on my phone so I can at least see it. And God forbid if there's writing on white paper, because I won't see it no matter how big it is. I haven't been on in a few days because I've been thinking about it and I've been pissed off and I've been trying to figure out what to say. So, hello Jim. Good to see you, sir. You know, one of the things I heard that. Oh, all right, let's go over the list. Here's number 1. One, I do not enjoy this. I don't know how many times I've said it over the last 3.5 months, and even before. I hate doing fundraisers. I've always have, and I always will. There are some people that actually think that I get a kick out of this, or this is fun somehow. No way, shape, or form is this fun. This takes up a lot of my fucking time. It is embarrassing to me. It is frustrating to me. Can I help you? Come on, give me a hug. There's my youngest. So no, this is not fun to me. This has never been fun to me. I don't think any fundraisers are fun at all. I do not enjoy this. I do this out of necessity, not because I'm greedy, not because it's easy money or it could be easy money. It has nothing to do with that whatsoever. I've said it multiple times and I'll say it again and again and again. I don't care if you believe it or not. If I could raise my own money, make my own money, sell something to make my own money, I'd be doing it. Because I understand money doesn't grow on trees. Me, of all people, know that for a fact. You people work your ass off for your money. That's why I don't turn on my YouTube gifting thingy, whatever it's called. I don't turn it on. Because if you were to donate $10 to that thing, to me, I'd only get 5 of it. So you literally just paid some other organization for not doing shit. And I think that's wrong because you work your ass off. So if you're going to be generous enough and donate like $10 or something, I expect that whole $10 to go to the creator, not half and half. Same way with TikTok. That's why I don't really do anything on TikTok because 50% of that pay goes to the company. You know, I can understand maybe 10%, 5%, but not 50%. That's just BS. I don't know how any creator makes any money unless you got over 1 million followers or subscribers. It's the only way you're going to make money. Or you get sponsored by somebody. So do I enjoy this? Fuck no. Hey, Jason. Number 2. This is not a scam or greed. Period. I have told you guys multiple times. I've showed you pictures. I got a video set up as soon as I could figure out how to actually get to show it. It's about 5 minutes long of me going out to the car, Colleen and I going out to the car and Sage and trying to put that transmission. I want you guys to see the issue we're having, the problem we're having. I've heard that. I know people are assuming that, oh, this is some kind of scam. He's just trying to get free money. No, I am not. I have never scammed anybody and never will. I've always had proof. And if you guys want to see stuff, just ask me. And nor is it greed. If it was greed, I'd be asking for $1,000. I only ask for what we need. And again, go back to number 1. I don't enjoy asking. I hate fucking asking. Hello, ghost dog. Cartel? How's it going? What does that mean, Jason? Cartel? Or is that a misprint? I'm surviving. I'm alive. Oh, okay. I'm alive. I'm surviving. Uh, my general ride that I usually used to get anytime I need it, basically during the daytime, has got a new job. And because he sleeps most of the day, uh, I have not been able to get to the doctors. Saturday he's going to be off, so maybe Saturday I'll probably get taken over to the emergency room to get this bladder. And that's all I want to hear about it. Right now I got bigger fish on the plate. that needs to be taken care of. And thank God, and I praise, and I'm so blessed to have an oldest daughter get me something that I think will finally get that transmission fixed. We're going to try it out tomorrow. And that's an endoscope, or otherwise known as a borescope. So I can see inside the transmission what's not lining up. Okay. Number 3. This is a big one. Assuming perception can be really, really wrong. If people would pay attention, I've heard, even from my best friends, saying, a lot of people are not coming to your show because it seems like you're always, they say I'm always doing a fundraiser. Technically, no, I'm not. In a way, yes, it does seem like every day I'm doing a fundraiser. But what you're not paying attention to, and if you go back and look at my other fundraisers, like the first fundraiser I did since the car broke down, I did 4 fundraisers in a row. Were they 4 fundraisers? No. It was one fundraiser that took 4 days to raise the funds I needed. So yeah, I might be on every day, but you might want to check my titles, because I do usually clearly mark day 2, day 3, part 1, part 2, if it's like 2 shows in a day. But if you look at it, it's all one fundraiser. And you really got to pay close attention to this. There's one day it took 9 days to finally raise enough money for what I needed at that time. Was it 9 different fundraisers? No. It was one fundraiser that took 9 days to do it. And you'll hear me say, I wish I could meet the amount that day so I could shut it down. The reason I say that is because what I usually say, if I don't get the amount, is I'm coming back the next day. It's not another fundraiser. It's the same fundraiser. So if you add up in 3.5 months, which is what, 4, 8, 12, 13, 15 weeks, I've only done 10 fundraisers, new fundraisers. Period. I apologize, it seems like I'm coming on every day to do fundraisers, but until I get what I need, and I don't just put it out there and say, do one fundraiser, I don't get it, I'm giving up. I can't afford that. I got shit I got to get. I have to try to make that money. And by God, if it takes 4 days, 9 days, a week, then I guess I'm going to have to try. Because not trying is going to hurt us more than at least trying every day to try to raise a little bit of money. Going back, I do not enjoy this. This is not a scam. I do not want to be doing this. So that's why you hear me every time I'm doing a fundraiser. You'll always hear me saying, God, I wish somebody could come along and help me out so I could stop it, because I don't want to be doing this. I got more pressing issues than that have to go on here. I can barely see the fucking screen anymore because I'm almost blind. And if you guys don't believe that, I'm going to look in the camera. Look in there. Look at my left eye. It is completely covered over. My right eye is getting there. Every day I wake up, it's worse and worse. Like I said, I can barely see what you guys are writing. And the last one for right now, I do not lie. I do not make up stories. I'm too old. My memory is going to hell. And to truly lie, you best remember what the fuck you lied about in the first place. Because one thing I know is that's how I always catch people in lies, because they can never tell the same story twice. It always gets changed up. That's a lie. That's one of the easiest ways to figure out if somebody's lying. Their facial expressions, the 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 story they tell you is always changing. And if you go back to any of my streams, you'll hear me say the exact same thing over and over and over again because it's the truth. I have nothing to, I've told you guys multiple times, I have nothing to hide. Never have, never will. Now, am I going to give you my social security number? No. And that's just stupid common sense. You want to know how many times I pee a day? I'll try to keep a count. You ask me any question, I will answer it to the best of my ability. If it's personal, I'm sorry, you're not going to get that information. That'd be like me asking you, what's your social security number? Otherwise, I don't make up stories. I don't lie. I don't BS. And I've got nothing to hide. Yep. We and the thing is most tubers go through this. It's just what bothers me the most is the fact that this has taken so long that I have to do fundraiser. Because the only reason you guys will see me go with a new fundraiser is because we still haven't got the car fixed and new shit has come up. If we could get the car fixed, we don't have to worry about new shit coming up. You know, yeah, we got bills coming up. I got phone bill coming up. I got a cable bill coming up. I just told you guys in the beginning of this live stream, we just found out we're $220 short on fucking rent. That's why it's $300 and not $100 that I was looking for. We're dried out. We're simply dried out. And that's that. It's just the plain basic truth. And again, if you want to see evidence, you want to see proof, I will do the best I can to show you proof. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry at the same time. I'm sorry that you guys have to come on here and this is what it seems like I'm always doing. But again, pay attention. Is it a new fundraiser with a new amount? Or is it the same fundraiser still trying to raise the amount? I was told people are not coming to my show because I'm always seem like I'm doing president. Well, you know what? That's your prerogative. That's your choice. I would love it if you guys could come in here and show me support and maybe help me because I don't know what else to do. But if you choose not to want to be here and listen to me going on with the same story over and over again, I understand. I'd be the same way. And I understand that. But I have no choice to try. So whether you're here, fantastic, great, bless you, thank you for the support. If you don't want to be here because you think you get tired of seeing this, I don't blame you either. There's a lot of other good YouTubers out there. I'm not here for subscriptions. I'm not here to get famous. As soon as this car gets fixed and everything else, the only time you're going to see me on YouTube Live is when I'm doing live streams from the car while I'm working. Again, half the reason is it's getting harder and harder to see anything anymore. I'm at the point now in broad daylight I have to have a big powerful light just to see what the hell I'm looking at when I'm under the car. Otherwise, I'm feeling for everything. I have the transmission, I have the engine memorized in my head. So I guess if I do lose my sight, I'll still be able to feel around. I'll kind of know where everything is and what needs to be put in it. So tomorrow, I'm not going to waste any time. I am going to use the boroscope that Sage got me today, and we're going to see if we can line that spindle up and get it in there. Because that's going to be the hardest part, is getting that transmission put together, get it all the bolts torqued down, and then getting the engine cradle put up and put back together. And the rest of it, I've already told Colleen she can pretty much do everything herself. But I do have a video. I got to try to remember how to set it up. I know it has something to share. It's been so long since I've used Zoom. I know it has something to do with the share button and loading my phone to it. So if anybody remembers how this is done, can you kind of help me out here? What I want to do is, it's on my phone. I know I used to do it all the time, where you just share it to the Zoom. You have no clue. I want to see if I can send it to a messenger. Okay, it's preparing now. It's going to take a minute or two. Oh shit. Otherwise, how's your guys' weekend going? But yeah, now I should have been on a couple days ago, but like I said, I've been pissed. I've been trying to think of how to professionally do this stream. Hey, Miss Natalie, how you doing, girl? Right now, I'm loading up a short video of what I've been talking about, what's going on. I can't remember how to load it onto the Zoom where I could just show it straight off my phone. That's the problem is because I can't see what the fuck I'm looking at. But yeah, in about another 2 weeks, I'm going to be totally blind. Going to be totally, totally blind. Until I could get cataract surgery. That's why it's imperative the next couple days I raise this money and get the car running. Because any much longer, I'm not going to be able to see how to put that car together. Well, like I said, my daughter bought me a brand new borescope, so we will be able to get into the transmission so I can see the spindle and line it up with the clutch hole. Because no matter which way we try twisting it, turning it, pushing it, lifting it, angling it, it just won't slide into the hole. Do I know it's the correct clutch? Yes, I know it because of the alignment tool. It's the same alignment tool I used on the last clutch with the same spindle. The spindle was never changed. And the alignment tool lines works just fine. So as far as the teeth and everything else, they're correct. It's lined up. It's just that, like I said, even a centimeter off and that spindle will not go into the clutch hole. And that's basically what's going on, because every time we push on it, when we think we got it just right, and we go to push on the transmission, you're pushing the whole engine. And it is greased up, so it isn't like it's sticking or anything. So it should just slide right in. Maybe I should get some KY jelly. That'll make anything slide in, right? Joking. I'm about a quarter done preparing this video, so bad access to site. I sent them a mugshot for the badge yesterday, so hopefully start training next week. Awesome. Yeah, what I'm saying about upload the video to Zoom via third-party cloud storage. Huh? What I'm going to do is I'm going to, as soon as I get this loaded, it gets loaded up. I should have did this days ago. I'm going to send it to somebody in Messenger and hope they get the whole video, and then I'll just bring up their Messenger and we can show it that way. I do know for a fact there is a way You can share your phone, whatever on your phone, on the Zoom. I've done it multiple times. I've played games from my phone on Zoom. But like I said, my memory, I've got so much shit. I've just simply forgot how to do this shit. And because I can't see it, I don't know what the fuck I'm looking for. So we'll get this, but we'll get this. And it's on my iPhone. So it isn't like there's a chip that I could plug in a chip, which would be absolutely probably the smartest way to do it, and load it up that way. But it's not. It's on my iPhone. So good evening, folks, and I appreciate you all being here. That's what it says. Oh, that's just it. I can't see it. I'm sorry, Jason, man. I'm telling you, that's how fucked my eyes are. I could bear. Your guys' comments are blurry. If it was on a white background, I'm on a black background, so I can almost see what you guys are saying. But on the Zoom, it's all white. So it just cancels out anything that's written up there. So I can't even look for certain words, keywords, or anything like that. And yeah, I cry at night because I'm losing my vision. I really do. I'm so mad that this is happening to me. It's making me feel useless. But that's my problem, and I will get it fixed. I've been doing a lot of research, a lot of video watching on uh, and taking people's stories and words that, all intents and purposes, the surgery's a piece of cake. Should take anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes to do per eye, and it's supposed to be painless. See, and that, you know what, Just Jim, we've tried that with glasses. Even with glasses, it doesn't help. It does not help whatsoever. When you get glaucoma, I don't care what kind of glasses, magnifying glasses you got. Blurry is blurry, period. It does not straighten it out. And I don't know why. I really don't. But it doesn't help at all. Because we got glasses all over the damn place. Magnifying glasses, original glasses. None of them help. It's still blurry. It just makes the blurriness bigger. Change the color of the text. Yeah. But it is the text. It's the background. See, if it's, like I said, if it's on white background, I don't care what color your letters are, I'm not going to see it. The white blows it out. And that's what's bad about anybody that has uh, cataracts will tell you. That's why low lights on a car, low dims, seem like they're on bright lights. The white magnifies everything. Yep. See, on my phone, I've got everything maxed out to the large. And it's all on black background. When I look stuff up on the computer, my Windows, that's been magnified. Use the Mirror app in phone. Well, this should work as soon as it's done. It's almost done, so. But yeah, like I said, tonight I just found out we're $220 short for the rent. Not next month, this month. So I need to find $220 to pay off this rent, what I thought was already taken care of, but apparently not. And plus, I need extra money for personal things. Like I said, about 4 days, our phone bills due. And that's $60 right there. I honestly wish I had something I could sell. Andrew, how you doing? How you doing, my friend? Fellow trucker? It's one thing I really wish I could do. I really wish I could drive. Thing is, I still retain my CDL. I still got my CDL on my license. If I could fake it and pass that fucking DOT medical exam, I'd be doing local shit. UPS, FedEx, local warehouse deliveries. My problem is, it's just I'm not going to pass that DOT test. I just know it. And if anybody's ever trucking, you realize how hard it is to pass that medical exam. But yeah, folks. So technically, you can say yes, this is a new fundraiser. But to say that I'm doing a fundraiser every day, in a way you're right, but in a way you are so wrong. You've got to pay attention to the titles. Because like I've said it before, and I use an example, the first 4 days that I had to do a fundraiser when we found out the car broke down, it took 4 days to raise the amount I needed. Yes, that was 4 days of fundraising, but it was one fundraiser. It wasn't multiple fundraisers. It was just one, and it took 4 days to finally raise the money. So technically, it was one fundraiser over the span of 4 days. The longest one was 9 days, one fundraiser, but over the span of 9 days to get it. See, I'm not a quitter. If I need something and I know there's no other way to get it, even though it's a headache, it's stressful, it's depressing, I'm still going to do it. Because it isn't me that needs it, it's the family that needs it, the house needs it. So, and if I lose you because it seems like I'm doing that, sorry, but goodbye. It's your choice. That's why I've said, let's try this again, folks. All right. It changes every time I've been here. What changes? Hey, Jen, how's it going, girl? Well, if you look at it, like I said, it's this one's a brand new one, yes. But the last couple times, usually I keep the background the same. But sometimes I do change the background, but it's still the same fundraiser. So, like I said, it's not. What you might think it is. I know Jason, and I know a lot of other people would. Hold on, guys. I'm going to try something here. Alright. Okay, folks, I know this is not the best way to do it, but I'm going to try my best. There's my ugly mug. That's the flywheel, and that's the gap. And that's what we can't close, is that gap you're seeing right there. All right, what you're looking right here, the teeth right there, that's the flywheel. The right side, this is the transmission. The left side is the engine. Oh, thank you, Jim. But I got more or less. And this is what we cannot close. We cannot close the gap at all. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, I can't. But anyways, this is what's going on, folks. This is the gap I was telling you about. This is what we cannot close. It will not come together. Okay? And we've tried everything. And that's how the car is holding up, is with the jack. See if I can get it pushed forward enough. I'll try the bolts and try to just like hold it in place, and then I could just spin the flywheel manually. Well, yep, that's our issue right there. Oh no, no, the transmission is the bell housing. It's all one piece. It's just I don't know if you can see. What am I doing? Oh, see, let me show you. See, this is the spindle right here. This is what needs to go in into this plate. Now this piece right here, this is the alignment tool, okay? This is what lines the hole up and the clutch. And that's where the spindle has to go to into this hole. So when you guys are looking at that, that's what this is going on. And like I said, that spindle needs to go into that hole. Now, why do I know that it's not the wrong size, or maybe the clutch is different or something like that? It's because of this. This piece right here. This is your alignment tool. It's a piece of plastic. It holds, if you look at the teeth right here on the alignment tool, this basically is a spindle, is the spindle itself, and it holds the clutch perfectly aligned. And when you take that out, it's just sitting there once you get the pressure plate on. So, and that's where the spindle goes into, is this thing right here, this empty hole. As I said, our issue is well, that's just blurry as hell. There's the engine and there's the transmission.
So what's going on?
Now, I'm explaining what our issue is, what our problem is with the deal. I'll read those later. But anyways, so like I said, that alignment tool, that's basically this. It's just, it's to line up. This is the actual spindle in the transmission inside the bell housing. And we just cannot line this up with these teeth. And like I said, if it's just a centimeter off, it will not line up. And that's where the tool that Sage got me today is going to help me, so I can look and see and look at the hole and the teeth and make sure it lines up. All right. But yeah, that is our problem right there. Is lining the spindle up with the teeth inside the new clutch. And we got to line that up. You got to line that up with that. Those have to line up. And if they're off, like I said, even a centimeter, it will block it. And that's what's going on right now. It will block. If it's just off a little bit, you're blocking it. It is not going to work. You see me trying to pull it together. I'm moving it back and forth. I'm moving the transmission, by the way. That's a 150-pound transmission that I'm moving. And I'm just trying to get it lined up. And this is just a couple days ago, folks, that I took this. Well, yeah, that's me and Colleen trying to get squeezed together, and it just will not squeeze together. I could do that tomorrow because now I got the borescope. I can see uh, I can see which cylinder's top. I could try that because I got to change the plugs anyways. I got one, so I'll have to find out what cylinder one is. Yeah, you see me pulling on that transmission. I don't know. I haven't looked at the cylinders. I could do that tomorrow. I could pull the rest of the plugs out tomorrow and see one, find cylinder one and see where it's at. Now that I got the borescope, I can actually look in it and see when it's topped out. So that gives me another idea to try tomorrow. Thanks, James. I could definitely do that. That'll be easy to do. Or to be quite honest, I never heard of that before, but you know what? At this point, I'll take any suggestions or any suggestions. But yeah, if I could close that bitch up, we're literally less than 24 hours from that car running. Well, like I said, that's going to be no problem. I have no issues doing that at all. No problem at all. And see, I can turn the cylinder. I could turn a spindle on the transmission myself because I know I wiggled it to see if it was even loose because I figured it would just slide in, because it's bold. So I figured the spindle would just kind of slide and turn into position. So I wanted to see if the spindle was locked in place, and of course it's not. It's a 2010 HHR LS manual. Of course, you can see it's manual. You see me trying to push it together. I just cannot. It just will not slide in. Remember, the only thing holding this whole transmission up is one floor jack. And I think if I'm seeing it correctly, you see that rectangle hole where my gloves are? That's where I'm going to stick I'm going to stick the borescope through in there so I can see the spindle. That's one position right there where my fingers are. See that hole? That's where I'm going to stick the borescope up so I can watch the spindle. Right at the tip of my fingers, you'll see the hole. I'm actually covering part of it with my other finger. That's what she said. I already said it doesn't have hair around it. That's half our problem. My problem right there. See that big rectangle hole? That's where the borescope's going to go in tomorrow. So yeah, that's that's what's going on. Oh, that's awesome. Now let's see if she follows through with it. I'll have to show this to Sage later. Maybe she could figure out heads or tail.
What?
We got United Health, right?
I got Badger Care, but yeah, what about it?
Well, apparently this is what.
Okay, so what she needs to get a dual complete pack car insurance so she can get
I've never heard of it, but then again, I don't know that much about it. You know what I'm saying? And Jen did look something up for this is Wisconsin's information. I mean, we can't just toss it out. Your mom could at least look into it and see what goes on from there. You know what I'm saying? If it helps out, it helps out, right?
that's if she qualifies for it
Yeah. Well, that's how she could try to do is try to qualify.
because she already has what you call it,
EBT.
yeah, and stuff. So I don't
Yeah,
think
we
she
got
would
the
qualify.
EBT. We just don't have the money portion of it. And I think that's what that is. That's the money portion because I know on some EBT, some states, they have two things. They got EBT food because you see it on the computers, right? And then
Mom can just try.
yeah,
I don't know if
yeah,
it'll
I know.
work,
All we could do is try. Exactly.
but
We're
she
only a few days away. Thanks to your borescope, this is what I'm going to be looking at. Actually, this is what the picture you're going to see on the borescope screen. You're going to see this.
okay. Well, I have work tomorrow.
So go to work. I mean, go to bed.
Go to work? Oh, okay.
Yeah, aren't you working 24 hours a day now?
Hell no.
But anyways, this is what your borescope's going to see. It's going to see this. The teeth here, and
Okay.
it's going to line it up with the spindle teeth, and I'm just going to adjust it just so the teeth line up, and then we can push it in.
Okay.
And that's where that boroscope comes in handy.
Right.
Now Jim just came. I think it was no, it was Jason that actually said there might be a possibility, which is only going to take a minute to do, is finding cylinder one on the engine and make sure that the piston is topped out,
Okay.
because he says that he thinks it lines the teeth up, so it may. I don't think it's going to be a big difference, but you know what? Let's try it. Right at this point, we're going to try anything because
Yeah.
we got to get that car together, and we have no choice to get that car together now, because I'm even trying to raise $300 to cover the rent, and you know what I'm talking about.
Me and Mom already got it situated.
Next month,
Oh
not this month.
no, we will get next month
What
because
we still need, your mom has to come up with $180, correct?
yes,
There we go.
for next month, and then have my portion of it.
But we still owe $220 this month.
Okay.
That's why I'm trying to raise the funds.
Okay, but then that would mean I have to do 100 and she does 100 or something like that for this month. Because
You
you got to remember, I get almost $500 from work.
right, but you also have a big bill you're paying off too, right? Electric bill or something.
Well, this is more important. I can get the electric bill down.
And then we lose electricity, and then what?
We won't lose electricity because it's already at almost 900.
Let me try mine so you don't have to waste that money.
No, because then
And besides, this is a training video and an update video, so it's everything in one. So go to sleep.
because I already did 35. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing $35 each paycheck for electric.
Awesome. Ow.
So
Why do you
you
have to
don't
hit
have
me
to
so
you don't
hard?
have to worry about that.
I swear sometimes she just doesn't add two and two together. Yeah, like I said, she's going to look at it tomorrow, see if she qualifies for it or not. I was trying to explain to her. I said, EBT works two different ways in certain states. As far as I know, in this state, it only works for food. It does not work for extra funds. And I was trying to tell her before she went off into her own zone, Miss Sage, that there's more to the story than what she's just seeing. So, it's not through welfare, it's through healthcare system. Well, come on, Andrew. You're a truck driver. Of course you work 24/7. So now you guys see where we're at. You see what the issue is. You see why we're having so much problem. Again, I got a new borescope, so now I'll be able to actually look at the teeth and the spindle and make sure they lined up. One way or another, we will get that transmission put back on. And then we'll get things taken care of. What now? It's just like I was trying to tell Sage, which she's just not understanding. She thinks, oh, her job and her pays will take care of everything. Well, technically it could. The problem is, it's not going to do it fast enough. It's going to be 2 weeks before her next paycheck comes in. In between then, we got 3 bills that have to get paid. No ifs, no ands, no buts. And she just doesn't understand why I'm doing funds. I told you guys a long time ago, nobody likes me doing this. Not even me. I do not like doing fundraisers. Sage definitely doesn't like me doing fundraisers because she thinks I'm going to get hurt. Ever since I've been physically under the weather, God bless her soul, she is just watching over me. If I fart wrong, the first thing that comes out of her mouth, are you okay, Dad? Are you okay? Are you okay? Isn't that the truth, Jen? You almost need a bachelor's degree to work on a car, anything newer than 2000. This isn't like the old days where common sense and whatnot. I mean, the most thing you had to worry about in an older car was make sure you torque the bolts on correctly and you got the correct parts. Yeah, just don't fart in the direction. But yeah, that's what we're looking at. And like I said, now that we got this borescope, I can actually see inside. Well, and that's not even going to work too good because I'm going to need because I can't see the screen. It's all blurry to me. It's all completely blurry to me. So she's going to need, who's ever helping me is going to be needing to watch the screen and tell me which way to turn the flywheel. Yeah, we know that. We have all that. We had the EBT and we had the Badger Care. Yeah, that's how our car is. Our battery's in the trunk, in the back of the car. It's the first time I ever seen a car like that, and I was like, "What the hell's wrong with this car?" Because the first time I wanted to jump it, I opened the hood, And I tell you what, I looked around that fucking car for 15 minutes trying to figure out where the damn battery was. I'm like, did somebody steal our battery? Honestly, I thought someone stole the battery. I couldn't find it. And I remember it was John that one that told me where the battery was. I said, you're full of shit. No, he puts a battery in the trunk of a car. Well, sure as shit. There it was. I'm like, where the fuck that battery? And you know the car had a battery, but where the hell was it? 15 minutes looking for that damn thing. Yep, it's crazy. Now, if you got a Tesla, if you want to know where the battery is, look under the car. The whole underside is a battery. You got to turn the engine sideways. He goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn the engine sideways. You're thinking it goes from front to back. Nope, it goes all along the front, or all along the driver's side. You know what I'm talking about. So if you're talking 1, 3, 4, 2, then the spark plug we got out is cylinder 1. You got to look up the firing order for a 2.2 Echo Echo engine or something like that. Yeah. So now you guys know where we're at. You know what's going on. You've seen the issue that we're having. I'm praying to God this boroscope works. Because once we get the transmission bolted back on, it's just a matter of raising the engine back in, putting the motor mounts back on, and then putting the engine cradle back on, which is going to be the second hardest thing. It's lining up. And then it's just literally bolting everything back and plugging everything back in. But it's still not going to be enough time. Even if we get the car running tomorrow, we still don't have insurance on it. And we got bills. So that's why I'm doing this fundraiser. And phone bills due in 4 days. Soon to be 3 days. I swear to God, sometimes Sage just thinks, oh, once we get the transmission on, the car will be running. It just, she's not understanding. There's more to it than just slapping the transmission on. Oh, shit. Hey, Theo. Oh, Lord. Okay. So yeah, tomorrow I'll make sure that cylinder one is top topped out. But like I said, I really, really doubt that's going to help much. It's going to need to line that spindle up with the clutch plate hole. And I know the clutch plate is centered and locked in because you need to use it's called an alignment tool. And I definitely used it, so it's definitely lined up. It's locked in place, so it can't move. Torqued down and everything, so now it's just a matter of getting that spindle turned just right. And that's what we need to do. That's what we need to do. Color some colored transparency that you can put over your computer screen. No, I don't have anything like that. Like I said, the only thing I'm going to do, I'm focused on right now is one, trying to raise this money because we need it, and two, uh, use that boroscope. Pray to God it's going to give you enough visual on that spindle so we could line it up with the teeth on the clutch plate and get those pressed together. As soon as we get those pressed together, we just bolt it together, raise the engine up, get it mounted back in place, and then while I'm working on that, Colleen can work on starting to plug everything back in. And after we get all that in, get it all plugged in, we can change that passenger side caliper out, change the spark plugs out, and then just top everything off with fluid, fire her up, and pray to God she works. And then we got to get money for insurance because you can't drive the car without insurance. I hear you, brother. I mean, new cars are nice. I like the my good friend Mike. He's got newer vehicles, and it's kind of nice. Everything's touchscreen. He could start the car from outside, and all that good stuff. So yeah, if anybody can help out, $5, $10, $20, whatever, the family would greatly appreciate it. I have all my pay links up there. They're all viable. They do work. PayPal, Cash App, Venmo. Right now, I'd kill for 35 bucks. Oh, that's my ring light. Remember, I got 3 ring lights. I know, Jim. You're one of the few people that will actually go out of their way to try to help out. I'll put you right on there with Natalie, Eddie, and Jen. Fallen at times. Yeah, you're one of the few people that I actually get mad at sometimes. Well, not mad. I just like, why? Because you guys are having trouble too. But for some reason, you guys do that, and I can't be more thankful for that. The only bad problem try to get you guys back. You guys never do fundraisers. You better not, brother. I don't want you dead. I like to find some truckers out there, a trucker on Facebook, a community, see if the truckers will help out a fellow trucker. I gave 24 years of my life to the trucking industry. I love to see truckers helping out other truckers. Well, it's after midnight. I was only going to stay on to midnight, so you might kill me. Yeah. Why would you want to do that? That's cool. That is cool. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to call it for the night. I want to get up early as I can and try to hit that transmission. In the meantime, we need the help. We really could use the help. Anything, 5, 10, 15, 20 bucks, anything like that. If you can see it in your heart, and if you can, uh, I would love to wake up tomorrow with some funds on the phone. If not, at least try to get the word out. Until then, y'all stay safe, stay blessed, and defecate to your lines. I love you guys.